Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Sandra. So today basically I'll be talking about how best to prepare for the May Diet exams come May 2023. So the first question I would like to ask is, how far have you gone with your summary notes? How far have you gone with studying in general, and how far have you gone with solving your past questions? So I would love to see your comments in the comment section below. So tell me how far. If you had to grade yourself in a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself currently for May exams? And if you had to grade yourself in terms of percentage in a scale of 100%, what percentage would you be giving yourself currently? So let me hear your comments in the comment section below. Then from there I can know how best to profile advice and directions, guidance in general. So basically, towards May Diet examination, we are in March currently as at the time of filming this video, and you have roughly a month and a few weeks before your exams proper. So what I normally advise those in my mentoring group is that I'm always like, start early. So at this stage, what should you be doing? That's the question basically. We have 10 more days before the end of March, and so at this stage what you should be doing is that you should start introducing past questions into your reading schedule. So take for instance, you're writing 4 papers in skills level exam, or you're writing the 5 at professional level. So at this stage you should have assessed yourself and know how far you have gone thus far in terms of this exam. How far have you gone? Rate yourself. So let's use professional exam as an instance. You have summarized. How well have you summarized your financial corporate reporting pack? How well have you summarized strategic financial management? How well have you summarized tax, audit, and case study? Now, looking at these 5 courses, if you evaluate yourself and discover that you have actually summarized 3 to a very good extent. Now, the very good extent means that if there are 30 chapters in each pack, you have summarized as much as 22 at this stage. Now, if you look at that and you discover that there are extra 2 courses which you are yet to summarize very well, it means that this remaining 10 days you should take your time to lessen lessen your summary note on the first 3 and focus more on the remaining 2 you are yet to summarize. Now, for a person who is in skills level, now you know that public sector accounting and finance is very voluminous, as well as CSME. Now, if you evaluate yourself and you discover that you have actually summarized your financial reporting part very well. Now, performance management is a bit of theory and a bit of and more of practical. Should weigh them 50-50. It means that at this stage you should have done all the summaries in the theory aspect of performance management. Let me remind you that you should not just focus on only the practical aspect and leave theoretical. Every one of them is important, because for each diet you can never really tell which direction the institute will be coming from in terms of solving, in terms of asking questions. Now, so that's that for that. So use the remaining 10 days and focus on the courses you haven't really summarized to a very good extent. Now, come May, or before I go to April rather, if you know you have summarized to a very good extent, please at this moment start introducing past questions while you do other summaries, as the case may be. Now, in April, from April 1st to April 30th, focus fully on solving past questions. So wherever you are in your summary notes, once you get to April 1st, drop them if you have done a good extent, but focus more on solving your pathfinders. Now, I always advise that you solve 6 to 8 diet backwards. So you're writing May Diet 2023 exam. You start from November 2022 till 6 diets backward, a minimum of 6, and at least 8 you are good to go. Then you can rate yourself that you are as much as 70% prepared for the exams. So this is how you do it basically, and this is how I did it during my time. So take for instance, you are studying in your Monday timetable, you have financial reporting and management governance and ethics. I will keep using it. It's of CSME. You have financial reporting to solve. So you have 4 hours allocated to maybe for that period of studying. So you first of all, how many hours is allocated for financial reporting in the exams? Let's take for instance it's 2 hours 30 minutes. You give yourself just 2 hours, and that's what I do. So I give myself 2 hours and I pick a diet exams and start answering all questions. So it doesn't matter if they say you can answer 4 out of 6 or answer 5 out of 7. Assume that you're answering all questions and try as much as possible to answer as much as you can within that 2 hours. Now, if you discover that you time yourself with your phone or whatever you use in timing yourself, once the time is up, then you mark. So use, for example, 2 hours in solving a diet past question. Use 1 hour to mark and as well as look at correction and look at the answers to those which you did not get correctly. So that's how I actually did it in my own time. So I was always very fast. It enables you manage your time even better when you're in exam situation proper. So that's how to do that. Now you have to maximize your reading time very well during this period. So I had someone ask me that how many hours is he supposed to be studying at this stage. In my own case, individual differences when it comes to studying and how best it works with your system, but this is how I did it in my own time, and that's what works for me. Basically, when I'm about to write an exam, take for instance, I wrote my professional diet exams in May 2018. I wrote skills in November 2017, and I wrote my professionals in May 2018, and I qualified in June. So in July rather. So what you do basically is that if you have to maximize as much time as possible. So I normally start reading very early. That's the way I work. Not that I have so much time, but I will make out time when there is no time. Whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So in January till beginning of March, when I know that is like 5 months before the exams or 4 months, I give myself as much as 7 hours per day to summarizing my notes so that I can as much as possible summarize a lot of chapters in each pack. So I study between 7 to 8 hours, and the way I did is that I can study for 7 hours or 8 hours at a stretch when I have the time. For example, my CDS days, when I'm back, I can stay when I come back from my CDS, then by 12:1 I can be reading from 1 till maybe 6. I can read from 1 till 7 if there is no tutorial, or I can be asking people, is the tutorial person around? If it's not around, I will keep studying. But if you know you're working, which is a situation with a lot of persons, and you don't have enough time, this is how you can actually maximize it. You must not read for that lengthy period at a stretch, but in a 24-hour period, make sure that you are reading at this stage a minimum of 5 hours, then between 5 to 7 hours as the case may be, depending on how well you are rating yourself at this moment that you are ready for the exams. So if you are working, so you can do something like rather than waking up by 5 a.m. in the morning, you can wake up by 3 a.m. and you study from 3 to 5:30 a.m. prepare for work and go to work. In between, then when you come back from work, let's assume you come back from work 7 p.m. maximum, you can study from you come back, you take a shower, you eat, you relax a bit. While you are still forcing sleep to come, you can read from 8 to 10 p.m. Then you can rest, sleep from 10 to 3 a.m. in the morning, and you do the same cycle. So you have already achieved between 4 to 4 hours 30 minutes of studies before even going to work. Now in between the day, during your break period, you have 1 hour break. Some persons 1 hour 30 minutes, some 30 minutes. You can use that little time to also study. Now you ask, I'm not even permitted to enjoy my break. My dear, you're not permitted to enjoy your break just yet. It's just for a short period of time. And as I always say, that ICAN is a jealous lover. So what is worth doing is worth doing well. If you bring out your time to do something, then do it, get what you want, and move on to the next stage. So that's that for maximizing your reading time. Then between April 1st to April 30th, please try as much as possible to solve a minimum of 6 diet past questions, starting from November 2022. Then go backward, 6 diets. If you can achieve 8 diets within that period of April, wow, perfect, you're good to go. Then, so after solving each past questions and marking your scale, if you have extra time, go back to your summary note and read. At this point, your brain is already assimilating at a very high rate because your hormones already know that it's close to exam. So you will discover that even things that you are finding difficult to understand, like a month ago, 2 months ago, the rate of understanding is already getting very high at this moment. So that's that. Then when it comes to May, when we enter May proper, focus basically on your past questions, reading your summary notes, then including your jottings in tutorials and your personal jottings. So at this stage, we are not talking about reading your ICAN pack. You can only refer to your ICAN pack in May if you want to. There's a particular thing you are trying to find out, but at that point you'll be so tense that even pick up your ICAN pack and study will be so difficult. So you'll be so tense that it's not even your pack that will be your problem at that moment. That's why it's very important for you to have your summary notes. So May proper, if you have been able to achieve 6 to 8 diets in April, May proper, you are reading strictly your summary notes, the jottings in tutorial center. If you are following online classes, you are maybe watching online videos, because that's also a way for you to refresh your memory. And when you watch these videos, it's like that, it saves you the stress of even packing your book and reading. So that's it basically for me. Then in the mid-May, you go and write your exam. So this is my own guidance on how I feel is best for you to prepare for May Diet exams at this moment, because we're in March. If it was in January, it would be different. This is March. This is what you'll be doing at this time. Just to reiterate, introduce your past questions from now on to the end of this month, just a bit of it, while still evaluating how well you have summarized, or maybe you have gone in your summary notes. Then any of the courses you are yet to summarize substantially, like at least half of the number of chapters in that pack, then you can use these remaining 10 days and see if you can add extra 5 more chapters to it, or as much as you can or more. Then come April, focus fully on your past questions. Please solve past questions back to back. It's very important. At that moment, you are doing very less of summarizing your ICAN pack and more of studying your past questions in April. Then in May, more reading. At least the summary notes you have been able to make, read it very well to the best of it, and be very familiar with all that you have summarized in such a way that if they answer a question, you can even remember. You can flip through your notebook in your brain and be able to answer the questions that has been asked in the exam hall. So that's that for that. Then now, talking about my paid ICAN classes that will be coming up in the month of April, mid-April. So I'll be organizing an intensive ICAN class for those who are intending to write management, governance and ethics, or CSME as the case may be, and those writing tax at any level of ICAN exams. So if you know you fall within this group and you're interested, send me a DM on my WhatsApp number and I will work towards joining each and everyone in the group, and we'll know how we're going to do. So if you know that, for example, you are not well prepared for any of these courses, just for this May Diet exams, I'll be focusing on just 2, but come November I'll be able to make more provision for other courses. I'll even accommodate foundational level if possible. So if you know you're interested and you have not read as much as is always the case, that most accounting students are always running away from theory courses. So this class heavily subsidized, very little for my channel members. Of course, if you're interested, send me a DM and we'll take it up from there. So that's that for that. I'll be uploading subsequent videos teaching and showing you practical steps on how well you can maximize creating your own personal timetable and studying when it comes to ICAN exam. So I'm doing it for foundational level, skills level and professional level as of ICAN examination. So stay tuned to this channel, invite others to join, and we'll keep uploading content that impacts value. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye. Don't forget, introduce past question at this moment and summarize the much you can. April, past questions fully. Your past question and your pathfinder. May, read your summary notes, as the case may be. In April, while solving your past questions, please don't forget, also read your summary notes. After each question, read your summary notes. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.